Hi everyone, I wanted to do an update to my earlier review of my Aeromatic 1912 A1386 watch. I've lived with it for a little while longer now. Thought I could do a little better review, a little more detail. So just to start from the beginning again, this watch is one of the many interesting watches that you might find on watchismo.com. That's where I found mine. I thought it was cool looking. I just liked it, was taken with it, took a chance on it, even though I've never heard of the company, didn't know anything about it. Just looked like a cool watch. As you can see, it does have the exposed mechanical heart running down the middle. That is what attracted me to it, and it's a cool feature. Now, this is not a fully mechanical watch. That mechanical part just controls the second hand. The two clocks, which you can use for two different time zones, those are quartz movement, and they are powered by batteries. They're separate movements, totally separate, so you set them separately. If one runs down, the other one still goes, vice versa. Now, the one sort of bad thing about this mechanical part in the middle, because it only controls the second hand, they kind of skimped on it a little bit, I think. It does run down fairly quickly. It does not last 2 days like a real mechanical watch would. It lasts maybe 6 to 8 hours. You can actually see, I don't know if it's going to be in focus here, but there is kind of a little sort of power reserve indicator, if you want to call it that. You can actually see the spring that powers the mechanical part of the watch in there. It's a tiny little spring, and you will see when that's starting to run down. When it does that, you can shake the watch a bit, wind it up. There is no mechanical winding option. The crown only sets the clocks, does not actually wind the watch as a real automatic mechanical watch probably generally would. This is an automatic watch, which means it's your arm movement that is supposed to charge up that spring. I find I end up sitting on the couch a lot. You know, you do that, watch runs down, it's kind of annoying. Then you got to get up, shake it around a little more. But, you know, it's only the second hand, so if the second hand runs down, clocks keep going, they're powered by a battery. It's not really a big deal, just a little bit annoying. Now, this is a big watch. It's a nice, big, thick watch. I'll put it on so you can see, or I'll try to put it on without really being able to look at the clasp. This is not the clasp that it came with. I'll show you what it came with in a minute. I replaced this. I'm using this clasp for comfort reasons. I'll show you why. Here's the watch on my wrist. You see it takes up almost the full width of the wrist. I believe this is a 47 millimeter watch case, 13 millimeter height. It's pretty chunky. I like that, and it has a hefty feel. That's kind of the style these days, and it is an interesting watch. You're going to get comments on it. Now, as far as the clasp and the band, I'll show you what it came with originally. This is a butterfly clasp that I put on myself. These are pretty comfortable, work pretty well generally. This is the tin that it came in, by the way. This is really how it's packaged. This is the original clasp. It's got the logo stamped on it, which is kind of neat. This is a diver style clasp. It's a pretty chunky, nice clasp. The problem is this little knob goes on the underneath the band and actually digs straight into your wrist. You can see how tall that is. It's actually it's obviously made for a pretty thick padded band. And this band that the watch comes with, it's a nice band. It's leather, and I don't actually like a lot of padding, but it's really not padded at all. So it's pretty thin, and that little knob, you know, would come straight through and just dig right into my wrist. So I replaced it with this clasp. This clasp is a lot more comfortable. One problem that you might have noticed when I had it on my wrist is that it is quite loose, and you know, that's on the first hole, and with this clasp at least there's no real possible adjustment beyond that. The clasp it comes with, you can adjust it. There's these 3 holes which let you add a little extra size adjustment. It's an extra long band. It's a big watch. It comes with a long band. It's made for a bigger person. You can replace the band, and I'm probably going to end up doing that. I'm a big guy, but still, it's a hefty band. So just be aware of that. Generally, I really like the watch. It has all the features that I want. It looks really cool. It has the date here. It's a little hard to see maybe, but it does have the date. Has the 2 time zones. Those are quartz controlled, so you never have to worry about those running down, you know, at least for a few years. It's chunky. It's a conversation piece. It feels like a quality watch. It is supposedly made in Germany. Maybe it's made in Germany. I don't know. I'm sure it's made with Chinese movement. Technically, you know, some people would consider it a Germasian watch. But, you know, I don't really care about that. I just care that it's a cool looking watch. You know, there are a couple little annoying things about it. The band is fixable. The clasp is fixable. So, you know, it's a really nice watch. It's $160 is what I paid for it on Watchismo.com. I think for a watch like this, you're probably not gonna do better than that. I mean, I haven't seen exactly this style elsewhere, so I think this is actually a unique design to this company. You can get mechanical watches. You know, there's a brand called Parnis out of China. It's not actually really a brand. It's just a name that Chinese watchmakers put on their watches. There are some nice Parnis watches for under $100. That's, you know, sort of the next step below this, I guess. But you know, for $160, it's an interesting watch. There aren't a lot of other watches like it out there. You're probably going to be the only person you know that has one. Just be aware that the band is quite long that it comes with. The clasp is not quite right for the band that it comes with. Even if the band fits you, you might want to replace that clasp. But the watch itself is very nice. You know, it doesn't have a big power reserve, but as long as you keep moving it around and, you know, just don't really worry about it because it's a second hand only. Otherwise, really nice watch. I like the look of it and the feel of it a lot. So that's it. Just wanted to give you my updated review on the Aeromatic 1912 A1386 Dual Time watch.